Welcome to All Wheel Driven, a podcast by Audi Club North America, where we explore all things Audi and the incredible people who bring it to life. All Wheel Driven is presented by XPEL, the official paint protection film of Audi Club. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to All Wheel Driven, the Audi News Roundup from Audi Club North America. Each month, we break down the biggest stories shaping the four rings. From motorsports, new model launches to performance and technology across the Audi lineup. I am your host, Joe Kaczynski. Today, we're going to be talking about Audi's Formula One testing in Bahrain, what the new Audi A6 tells us about Audi's new platform strategy, the recent unveiling of the awesome-looking Audi RS5, and what the Lamborghini Temerario might reveal about a future Audi R8. So let's get started with Formula One. As we are recording this, we are right on the doorstep of the 2026 Formula One season. Kicking off in Australia. Testing in Bahrain is ongoing right now. In fact, I think they wrapped up testing for today about an hour or so before I started this recording, which leaves just one day of full testing left before the season begins in earnest. So that we will be racing soon. By the time this goes live, racing will be right around the corner now. So where are we with the testing? Audi is banking some data laps at this point, right? So the expectation is not that they're going to be competing for a championship this year. They are collecting data like the rest of the teams are. But Audi, of course, is starting from ground zero a little bit more than some of the other teams out on the grid. They've completed roughly 400 or so testing laps in Bahrain between the two practice weeks so far, with another day to go, probably bank in maybe another 100 laps or so. And that's really what it's all about at this point, is putting those laps in, gathering as much data as possible, and fine-tuning the car and getting ready for the season. It's hard to put too much emphasis on lap times at this point. Testing is testing. They're trying different setups, different tire compounds, practice starts, all that sort of stuff. So it's to put too much emphasis on actual lap times is a bit foolish at this point. However, there is something we can take from them. It does seem like Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, and the Red Bull teams are the top four teams that will likely be competing for the championship this year. I may come back and eat those words, as racing hasn't started and Formula One can be unpredictable, especially 2026 with all the new regulations. But that's the way it's shaping up, at least at this point. Those are the teams with the fastest laps that we're seeing so far. Audi is maybe the bottom third so far in lap times. Today, there was Bortoleto finished P12 out of the 16 drivers with a lap time of 1:35.2. Hulkenberg did a bit better. He was P7 out of the 16 drivers with a 1:33.9. That's about a second and a half to 2 seconds behind where the leaders were. But it is ahead of some teams, such as the Aston Martin team, Cadillac teams. So they do have some pace going into the season. Again, it's a big unknown. Everybody's starting from scratch with these new regulations. Predictions are hard to make, but I'll make one anyway, and we can all laugh at it in a few months and see how wrong I was. It wouldn't surprise me to see Audi finish as a constructor ahead of Cadillac and potentially Aston Martin as well. I could see them finishing P9, maybe as high as P8. Perhaps they can pass Haas, maybe the Racing Bulls. I think somewhere in that P8, P9 range would be a fantastic showing for them. going into their first season. Anything more than that, of course, is gravy. But really, we all have to temper our expectations a little bit and just deal with the reality of this being a brand new team, new regulations, and they are starting anew basically. So we'll see how it all ends up playing out. They are practicing. They are fine tuning the car. They're working hard. They're serious about the development of this team. They've signed another driver just this week, former Formula 2 driver, to help with simulation driving to develop the car further. So they really want to be a competitive team, and they are taking this very seriously. But we'll see when the cars start racing in anger down in Australia, where things shake out. It'll be fun season regardless. We hope the team is competitive. We hope they are reliable. They're finishing races. That'll be the main thing. That's what the fans would love to see. And you never know. Maybe they can eke out a podium here or there if they're mid pack or better. I think that's a huge win for the team, and I think everybody at Audi would be happy with that result. So we'll see. We're not too far away now from leaving speculation and entering the world of reality. We'll stay tuned. Everybody will be glued to their television sets when the lights go out in Australia and Melbourne, and we'll see what's what. And there's a lot of racing to be had, and there's a lot of new developments to follow with their Formula One racing. So probably the next time I'm speaking to you, we'll have maybe a race result or even two under our belts that we can talk about and see how things are shaping up. But for now, it's still anticipation and practice and getting the team ready to roll. But outside of the motorsport scene, there's some exciting production cars coming our way. One of the most exciting was just revealed, and that is, of course, the new B10 generation of the RS5. This looks like an absolute beast of a car. 630 horsepower, plug-in hybrid, fast, good-looking car, all kinds of trick technology, upgraded quattro system, differentials, everything. So we could probably spend the entire podcast talking about the RS5. I'm going to try not to do that, but there is an awful lot to cover with this new machine. So we'll dig into it a little bit. Again, this is a plug-in hybrid, first Audi RS to use that technology. The engine itself makes 503 horsepower. It gets a boost from the electric motor for a combined output of 630 horses. According to Audi, that should be good for a 0 to 60 time of about 3.6 seconds. Knowing Audi and their estimates, that is probably conservative. It will probably be closer to the 3-second range. The previous generation RS5 Sportback was tested right around 3.3. The new RS5 has almost 200 more horsepower. It is also considerably heavier, so we do need to factor that in. The new RS5 tips the scales at almost 5,200 pounds. It's a big boy for sure. That all that technology does add weight. So that is one thing to be mindful of with this car. That's how the industry is going, really, at this point, though. If you want combustion engine technology, it's coming with hybrids for the most part. It's nothing that is surprising in this case. Everybody from Porsche to Lamborghini to any manufacturer you can think of, they're enhancing their cars with hybrid technology to get the power and be mindful of the emission regulations. They have to comply with those. It results in weight gain. So that's an unfortunate side effect. But the rest of the car seems absolutely just absolutely incredible. It can do everything from driving around in silent EV mode. You could set that to get about 50 miles of range of just EV driving. So you're just looking for a low stress drive back and forth to the office. Put it in EV mode. You're not waking the neighbors. You're not bothering anybody. You're just relaxing. You're chilling while you drive to the office and on your cruise home. The RS5 can do that. You could turn up the wick. You could make it sportier. You can make it a track monster if you want to. The RS5 really, the new one can really do everything, whatever you want, and it can carry 4 or 5 people. There's really nothing this car can't do. Some of the highlights besides the power figures, there's dynamic sport control in this car. It's a new electromechanical system that can transfer power between the rear wheels in as quickly as 15 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, it takes a human eye about 100 milliseconds to blink, right? So this thing's transferring power way faster than you can blink an eye. That works whether the car is accelerating, whether it's coasting, or whether it's braking. So the power is basically split evenly when the car is going straight. If it's cornering, it's transferring the power to stabilize the car. And when it's exiting a corner, it's pushing more of that torque towards that outside wheel to help the car rotate and to exit that corner with maximum traction, right? So as a car is going around a corner, the weight transfers to that outside wheel. That's the wheel with more grip. That's where the power is going, and that's going to rocket you out of that corner onto the straightaway. It's fantastic technology. Really excited to see how it works in the real world. We obviously haven't got a chance to drive it yet. Hopefully we can soon, and get to experience that for ourselves. The car also has an optional Audi driving experience function. That is basically a performance data recorder. You can use it with an optional dash cam, and when you're on the track, it will record your lap times, sector times, miles per hour, your throttle position. Everything will be recorded for you, so you can learn from what you just did out on the track, and you can maybe brag a little bit to your friends, because that's some of the most fun about going on a track day, right? You want to show everybody what a great driver you are. So the dash cam will record those hero laps for you, and you could share with everybody, or go ahead and post it up on social media, and have everybody tell you what a terrible driver you are, because that's usually the way that works. Anyway, the Audi can do that. The new RS5 can do that for you. Some other mechanical upgrades on the car. The RS5 does have a center differential with preload, which is again a first. And what this does, that means that center diff is slightly locked all the time. It's going to help you with turn in, and it's going to help reduce understeer. It will give you quicker throttle response. It's basically the most advanced quattro system Audi's ever put out there. Quattro's always been fantastic, but with these enhancements, this RS5, the quattro system in this RS5 is the best that there's ever been. Quite simply, it's really something. The body itself of the car is the unibody is 10% stiffer in the RS5 than it is in the regular A5. There's an RS Sport. The suspension uses twin valve dampers, so it balances that. They independently can control the compression and the rebound, so you get a comfortable ride. You get excellent performance, cornering, and handling characteristics when you're really pushing the car. It's something. I mean, it really can do just about everything. There's the drive modes that we spoke about just a moment ago, from EV to track attack. You want to drift, you can do that too. There's a controlled drift mode for those that are on a quote unquote closed course, and you want to kick the tail out a little bit. You can do that in the new Audi RS5. And there's also the RS individual program, and that'll allow you to set everything the way you like, from steering settings to suspension, stability control, the sounds the car makes. Everything can be controlled. You can set it up to be whatever you want it to be. You want it to be a comfortable daily driver, you can do that. You want it to be a track weapon, it can do that. It's really the one size fits all type of car, and it is going to have blistering performance. Like we said, that it's going to be 0 to 60 probably in the low 3-second range. Top speed close to 180 miles an hour. Not that top speed really matters all that much anymore. You're probably not driving 180 miles an hour anywhere anytime soon. But this car is really phenomenal. As Audi announced the model, they did announce some pricing for the German market. So the order books are opening in Germany now. The price is right about $125,000 converted to US dollars. I think it's 106,000 euros, somewhere in that range. So roughly $125,000. So it's not an inexpensive car. The last RS5 that we had was in the low 90s, I believe. That's where that started. So this is about $32,000 more. It steps on the toes of the RS6 Avant that we have on the market now in that price range. You're going to pay for the technology. You're going to pay for the power. Audi's not giving anything away for free here, but this car has R8-like performance, but sedan practicality, sedan comfort. It looks aggressive. There's optional carbon fiber packs that you can add to the car that give it this kind of chopped carbon fiber look on and inside the car, and it looks like it was just lifted straight out of a Lamborghini. It really looks aggressive and sharp and high end, and something that's befitting a car in this price range. It is something that, if you're looking for a one-car solution, that you got a one-car garage and you've got budget for one special car, this is it. And you could still take the family out, still take people to dinner, still take clients to business meetings, and then go to the track and beat the heck out of it and record all your lap times and break down the data later when you want to. It's really, really special. It's a very exciting car. We're all eager to get behind the wheel and see how the data that they're providing us translates to the real world. But this RS5 is going to be a special car. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's expensive, but it also backs it up with performance and great looks and a ton of technology. We're just scratching the surface here on some of the things that I've mentioned so far. We can go on and on talking about this car, but it really has it all. And of course, it's got the all-wheel drive. Throw some snow tires on there, and it'll be just as much fun in the winter time. So there's really not a downside to this machine, other than it's complex and it's heavy and it's expensive, but it's in line with other cars on the market that offer this type of power and performance. And it's something that Audi could really use. A new RS model is always exciting. The new RS5 looks like it's going to be a winner, and we're excited to finally see it unveiled, get our first look at it. Now we're just as excited to get behind the wheel and drive this thing. But that should be a really special machine for Audi, and it's good timing on the heels of the Formula One season starting out. We're talking performance, we're looking at race cars, and now we're looking at the RS5. One step down from the RS5, another new production model from Audi, of course, is the new A6 generation. The C9 A6 has been released as well. We have gotten the opportunity to drive that car. So if you're looking for a more detailed review of it, you can head to our Audi News blog on our website, and we've got a write up there. And we're also going to be covering it in our Q2 edition of Quattro magazine. So there's a lot more that can be found on the new A6. But the A6 is the bread and butter car in the Audi lineup. For those that still drive a luxury sedan, have not been pulled into the SUV world, or are looking for a wagon, the S6 is the sweet spot. Not as big or expensive as the A8. The 6 is where it's at, and now it's all new. The technology, the interior that we saw debuted on the new Q3, the new MMI system, digital curtain, all that stuff is there in the new A6. So it will be familiar to folks that have seen the new Audis. It's a beautifully done, beautifully rendered. The screens are sharp and bright and bigger than they've ever been before. And the A6 looks sharp. Some folks are upset that there's not an S6 coming. There is not a combustion-powered S6 model that is planned, but the new A6 kind of does have an S6 hidden in there. You just have to look for it a little bit. So the S6 or the A6, pardon me, can be configured to be kind of a quasi S6 if you spec it the right way. So if you go up for the Prestige model and you opt for the Sport Plus package, that gets you a lower ride height. It gets you 21-inch wheels. You get rear wheel steering, and you get the sport rear differential that was previously reserved only for S model Audi cars. And you get the same power as the A6, but you get the enhanced looks. You get enhanced handling. You get a lot of the goodies that you would expect on an S car. And with the new A6, the base power has been bumped up a bit anyway. It's making 362 horses, 406 pound-feet of torque. So a step up from the A6, not quite the 444 horsepower we saw from the previous S6, but a nice middle ground, quick enough. The car is estimated to be 0 to 60, have a 0 to 60 time of about 4.5 seconds. That's plenty quick for most folks that are looking for a car in this segment. Again, that's an Audi estimate, so chances are there'll be a few ticks quicker than that. 4-second flat, even, which is where the old S6 was. It's possible. It'll be close, and I would challenge anybody to ride in those cars back to back and be able to tell the difference between the S6 and the new A6, performance wise, acceleration wise. By the seat of your pants. I think they're going to be very close, especially if you step up to that sport package on the Prestige model. It is going to be very S6-like from a performance standpoint. It's also going to be, have those bigger wheels, and it's going to have some blacked out trim, and it's going to look more aggressive. It'll look like an S6. So that is there for those folks that really want a little bit extra performance without having to go whole hog on something like the RS5. You can equip your A6 to be quite a sporty machine. But that is not the core reason that the A6 exists. It's your executive sedan. And Audi knows this, and that's what they focused on in building this new model, this new generation. There's 2 inches more front headroom in this car compared to the previous generation, and that's largely in part to that slick new digital curtain roof that glass panoramic moonroof that you can set the level of transparency and allow no sunlight in, a little bit of sunlight, whatever you're feeling that day. You can adjust with that new panoramic roof, and the way it's designed, it gives you the side benefit of more headroom as well. The car was also designed for luxury, and luxury means quiet. Quiet. The A6 is quiet. There's more sound insulation in the car. There's tighter window seals. The door seals have been changed to make the car quieter. There's foam rings inside the tires to reduce vibration and reduce road noise in the new A6. It is a quiet machine. There's acoustic glass on the front and the sides, and I believe there's an option for that to be added to the rear glass as well, to enhance the quietness even further. And that's really what the A6 is. It's a quiet luxury sedan. It's got some performance. It's got some space to stretch out. It's a long range driver, interstate cruiser type of machine. But if you option it up the right way, you can get some good performance out of it. You can get some aggressive looks, and it's more middle of the road than the RS cars, of course, but it's also significantly less expensive. You're talking even a nicely fully loaded up car is maybe $80,000. Compared to maybe 130 or so for the RS for that RS5. If you don't need all that power, or you're looking for something that's just a little bit more serene, the new A6 is going to be a great sedan for you. We enjoyed our time driving it, and again, look for more of our impressions of that road test on our blog and in the upcoming issue of Quattro magazine. You could see what we thought of the car, but overall, very impressed. It seems like a solid step forward for Audi for this model, which is an important model to the brand. And we think that anybody that gives it a try, gives it a drive, is really going to be happy with the new A6. So between those two cars, the A6, the RS5, two fantastic machines coming out of Audi. Both cars that you would be happy to spend some time behind the wheel of. You would be happy to see them parked in your garage. But neither of them are quite the halo car that Audi used to have with the R8. The R8 has been out of production for a couple of years now. We all still mourn its loss. It was a fantastic machine, great looking, great performance, just a wonderful car that we all miss. And Audi hasn't really replaced it yet. Could they? We certainly hope so. If they do replace it, it could be based largely on the Lamborghini Temerario, which I had the privilege to drive a couple of weeks back. The Temerario is the replacement for the hugely successful Lamborghini Huracan. That V10 monster sold for about a decade, sold very well for Lamborghini. As you know, the Huracan, closely related to the R8, they shared that V10 for a period of time. Lamborghini got the replacement. Audi didn't. Audi dropped the R8. Could they bring it back? And if they did, it would make sense that it would be based on the Temerario. Now, driving that car, you could see it being an Audi, honestly, and that's not an insult to Lamborghini. The car I drove was equipped and to be over $500,000. It was insanely expensive. But what I mean from the Audi perspective is the great thing about the R8 was it had all that performance. It had some drama. It had the great looks, but it was a very livable car, right? It was a daily supercar, sports car, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it. It was not something that was so harsh and so difficult to live with. like a lot of other exotics. And very few cars on the market are like that. The Porsche 911 is like that. It's also often referred to as kind of that daily supercar, daily sports car that can accommodate uh, long road trips as well as track days. The Audi R8 was great at that. The new Lamborghini is also great at that. It was a very comfortable car. It was bigger. It's bigger than the Huracan, significantly bigger. And like the RS5, significantly heavier than the Huracan. It picked up about 500-600 pounds because again, that car picked up twin turbos and a hybrid system. So it packed on some weight, which is understandable, but it also packed on some horsepower. The car makes a combined over 900 horsepower, an insane amount of power. It's insanely quick. The day I test drove it, it happened to be about 27 degrees. And snow showers were closing in, so it wasn't the best time to be out in a $500,000 Lamborghini. However, the car was equipped with Blizzak snow tires, which was extremely helpful, and it really didn't slow the car down at all. You wouldn't even know it. It's all wheel drive, just like the Audi would be. It was comfortable. It had plenty of headroom. The roof is kind of scooped out above your head and above the passenger's head, so you have plenty of headroom, even with a helmet on. You would be completely comfortable in that car. Visibility was terrific. The view out front and to the sides was expansive, and even the view to the rear was no problem. There's no huge wing on the back, cutting your vision, blocking from looking for the cops in your rearview mirror. You could see everything very clearly. Had plenty of drive modes. Again, you could go from all electric to hardcore track performance. The car is as quick as can be. I didn't bring my data logger or anything like that to get any test data out of it, just due to the weather conditions and so forth. I didn't feel like that was going to be necessary. But the car is blistering fast. I think most folks have tested it in the low 2-second range, mid 2-second range from 0 to 60. And honestly, anytime a car gets between 2 and 3 seconds, you really almost can't even tell the difference. They're all very quick at that point, at that level of performance. Could I see that car becoming an Audi? Absolutely. Would love to see that car become an Audi. Doesn't need as much power. Doesn't need 900 horsepower. Doesn't need to be that in the Audi. We'll take it. We'll certainly not say no to 900 horsepower, but it doesn't need that. It doesn't need all the carbon fiber bits and all the crazy expensive options that the Lamborghini comes with. But the basic bones and structure of the car, the design of the car, the shape of the car, you could see that being an Audi platform without question. Would be something that would be the cherry on top of the current Audi lineup. I think a lot of folks are still looking for something like that in the lineup. The new RS cars are fantastic, but just a dedicated two-door supercar, high-end sports car, whatever you want to call it, that would be something that would really draw some eyeballs back to Audi, especially now they're back in Formula One, or they're in Formula One. They are at the pinnacle of motorsport. They could really use a halo type of sports car to match that motorsport pedigree, that motorsport racing that they're doing right now in Formula One. Lamborghini has it. Audi can get it. It's right there. The technology is there. I'm sure that Lamborghini is going to be selling these cars like hotcakes. I think last year Lamborghini had their best sales year ever in history. They're doing something right over there. So there's certainly a market for high performance cars still. People are buying them. It would be great to see some of that trickle down into an Audi R8 platform. Maybe with them racing in F1, maybe it'll happen. We'll wait and see. But driving that car would have been would have been lovely to look down at the steering wheel and see the Four Rings emblem on that machine. I think it would be a perfect car and the perfect follow-up to the R8. Even if it got a little bit bigger, even if it got a little bit heavier, it's certainly going to be more expensive. But that's what it's about, right? That's what a Halo car is all about. So that's what it's for. It's for attention. It's for the eyeballs. Most people aren't going to buy one, but everybody's going to stop and look at it. Everybody's going to talk Audi when they see a machine like that driving by. So hopefully we see something like that on the road soon. There's no rumors about it yet. There hasn't been any chatter about Audi taking that car and turning it into an R8 or anything like that. That doesn't mean it can't happen. We think it should happen, in fact, and we're here for it. We're just waiting to see that develop. But for now, if you're interested, the Lamborghini's out there. It's gonna hurt the wallet a little bit. But if you have the means, it's a great car. It's a fun car to drive. But hopefully Audi gives us one of our own that we can buy and enjoy and be back in behind the wheel of an R8. Stay tuned for everything coming up with Audi, from Formula One to the RS5, the new A6, and a possible new R8 would be fantastic. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, you can always stay up to date with the latest Audi news at audiclubna.org. Thank you all for tuning in to All Wheel Driven, and we will see you next time.